Okay, so I tried to do the whole singing thing just a few minutes ago, and the game broke. I couldn't do anything with it. It stopped in the middle of loading a song, and then when I tried to close and reopen it, it wouldn't let me go live. It was a whole mess. So I'm just gonna go back to this. My good time game. The one that I had already started working on. So, yeah, here we are. Rhythm Heaven Fever continues now. Last time we got through this fourth set of minigames, and my camera position needs to be adjusted. I'm gonna sit back. There we go. Okay. We got through that fourth set of minigames, and now today... excuse me. Today we start row 5. Here we go with Catch of the Day. The point of this game is to press the button at the right time with the rhythm to catch the fish, but each fish has a slightly different behavior. Now, when I first played this, I didn't know you had to wait for 2 of them. I thought you had to press it right when they nibbled. Once you know the rhythm, it's not too hard. See, that one they do a better job explaining, because they give you the go. And there's one more, but I'll wait until you see it in the game. Ow. I'm actually gonna retry just because. You can pause and quit anytime, by the way. I hadn't really shown that. But I'm gonna redo it because I do not want to miss the first fish. That is embarrassing. And that is Catch of the Day. The perv, yo! I should probably check to make sure that the audio's coming through. Hey, give me 2 seconds here while I check that. Okay, I can hear it, so we're good, we're good. Okay, now one of the cutest games in this whole package, Flip or Flop. We may look like cute fluffy lumps of joy, but we're a grizzled expedition team. No, they're fuzzy, cute lumps of joy. Trust me. This is one of several games that fall into the category of marching to the rhythm. So you're gonna be pressing the button a lot.
Attention, company. Nice. Good
Let's
job.
get them flop from side to side, and they're
Yes.
smiling, and it's so darn cute.
Well done.
Occasionally, you'll need to
Attention,
go
company.
a little faster. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, bump, down.
Yes. Well done.
Flop, flop, flop. Flop, flop, flop.
Nice.
This game is really cute.
Yes.
I like it when they bump into each other, but that would lower my score, so I'm gonna try to prevent that. Flipper roll! Ah!
Attention, company. Now flipper roll. Good job.
Now they're on their backs, and it's somehow even cuter than it was
Now
before.
flipper roll. Good.
And that's all you need to know.
Attention, company. One flipper roll. One. Good.
Bump, bump, bump.
Two flipper roll. One, two. Nice.
This is so freaking adorable.
Three flipper roll. One, two, three. Yes. Four flipper roll. One, two, three, four. Nice. Five flipper roll. One, two, three, four. One. Good. Six flipper roll. One, two, three, four. One, two. Good job.
I think you just like watching them roll out.
Seven flipper roll. One, two, three, four. One, two, three. Yes. Eight flipper roll. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Nice. One flipper roll. One. Well done. Two flipper roll. One, two. Nice. Nine flipper roll. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One. Good. One flipper roll. One. Good job. Two flipper roll. One, two. Good. 10 flipper roll. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two. Well done. One flipper roll. That's it.
He really likes watching them roll. He just keeps asking for more and more out of the rolls, and and it's so cute. I can't take it. And then he joins them at the end because he's a deranged loon. That part's not as cute. I worry a little bit for their safety. Oh, we have a chance for a perfect medal. We gotta go for it. Hit those golf balls. Well, good thing I mentioned that you can quit anytime. Because, Now it's outright necessary unless you want to waste your time doing the whole minigame. Ow. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to sing along. Yeah, one thing about going for perfects is that they do take some determination and concentration and all the other innations. Jump. I did it again! Well, there goes my chance at that one. It'll come back later. Remind me when it does to just stay silent. Now! This is my least favorite in the entire package. There's 50 minigames, and this one is what I consider the worst personally. I consider it the worst because it is just completely boring. Kinda unoriginal. Oh, I forgot to show you what it does, but I'll explain. One, two, three, four. That's the rhythm for all of them. I give you a visual cue, it will reduce that. And the beat will change, so you have to count it yourself. The tempo never changes either. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. That is it. They don't put any variation on it other than changing the instruments and the visual cues. Like, I mean, like, it's a good test of rhythm, I guess, but it just feels boring to keep waiting. 1, 2, 3, 4, press. That's why it's my least favorite. Also, it's sports themed, and I'm just not much of a sports guy. This one, on the other hand, is another really adorable game about marching, only this time it's with birds. And instead of flipper rolling, we're gonna do this bending of the knees, which involves holding and releasing instead of just pressing the 2 buttons. So that's how it's different. Also, you are just one of the many, many birds. Hold, release. while the other birds are just flying away. But we are sticking to the ground for some reason, Annie. Wait, I missed the audio cue. Now we're coming back. They must really like us. It's hard to talk while I do this. Yeah, that sequence is weird. Tweet to the tweet, 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 squawk. Tweet to the tweet, 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 squawk. Tweet to the tweet, 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 squawk. Yeah, just okay. I guess I missed a few too many of those A and B button things. Bring us the Remix 5. This one's got a prehistoric, and I think this is one of my least favorite remixes in the game. I forget. But you know, Remix 6 is pretty bad if I remember right. But after 6 it goes off hell for sure. Kind of in a mid-game slump on some of the mini-games, but I still really like Flipper Flop and Flop Step.
Oh no no.
1, 2, 3, go!
I pressed it.
Company. 2 flipper roll. 1, 2. 2 flipper roll. 1, 2.
I was early.
Attention, company. 2 flipper roll. 1, 2. 1 flipper roll. 1.
Oh, and there goes the frames. How am I holding up? Is the stream still going? Wait, what? That was not a superb performance. What? Okay, game, if you say so. There was a lot of room for improvement, I think. Also, I was wrong. It's pretty jazzy, but it's also pretty short. I feel like they could have done more with the 2 marching games. Yeah, the ones that I like. Ooh, rocket time! Time to launch a bazillion rockets into space! But rhythmically. Okay, so I didn't really explain that game, but you press the button when the timer hits 0 to launch the rocket. If you miss the timing, you don't launch the rocket, but that one's fun. I like all the sound effects, including the bowling pin one. Yeah, we made contact. Ooh. Outer space cannot stop the bounds of us, and this one is weird. There's a lot of weird stuff in this game, but this is the weirdest. It even says, it's hard to explain, but there's 2 rhythms, and you switch between them. Donk Donk, actually one of the few games that didn't make it over to Megamix on 3DS, when a lot of other ones from this game did. So, just watch. Okay, so as weird as that may have looked, there were 2 rhythms, right? There was the donk donk, donk donk, donk donk, donk donk, donk donk rhythm. But whenever he said donk donk, you were expected to switch to the da 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 rhythm. But whenever he said do do do, you were expected to go back to donk donk, donk donk, donk donk. If you can get the hang of those 2 individual rhythms, it's pretty straightforward, but there's no easy way to tell someone, yeah, first just donk donk, and then just da-da-da. We have another perfect medal opportunity, this time for Catch of the Day. Okay, so I'm gonna need to go quiet for this one, even more so than usual, just because it's gotta be flawless. There we go. Perfect. Didn't miss a single fish. Right now we have a gift and there are still 47 to go. Okay, you want to talk difficult? This one is much more difficult. Primitive people played a lot more primitive volleyball than people realize. Also, their music was pretty sophisticated. You play as 2 volleyball players, and this is another one about switching between 2 rhythms. But it's a much harder rhythm to switch between, and it switches much more frequently than in the last one. So I am the male cave person.
1, 2.
I believe I'm boss as she is Nova. So sometimes you have to hit the yellow balls. Sometimes you have to hit the blue balls. Please don't take that out of context.
2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, Ansler. Did you come in right as I was talking about the balls? Because that would be interesting timing.
1.
So then, like I said, we're going to have to switch between the yellow and the blue at any given moment. And that's how the game works, so let's just do it.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Hit the balls in this smooth jazz mini game that is on the screen now. If there was any mini game with undertones in Rhythm Heaven, it would be this one. Oh god, I hear the grunting. Great bumping. I never realized how bad this was. I can't even concentrate. I have such a dirty mind. Don't be like me, kids. How did they get away with this? Rip stream. Oh god. Is it back? It should be coming back. I was too busy focusing on the balls. No, I think the stream should be coming back now. Okay, so that's the interesting thing, Hamster, though, is that I want to believe that I would enjoy Cadence of Hyrule, but I've played Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I haven't gotten very far. But, again, that one's a roguelike, so there is some RNG elements to it. And I think Cadence of Hyrule is a little less of a roguelike. I don't know, I want to try it, but it's also $25. Like the original Crypt, I think this is the last day of the sale, is like $4 right now. For comparison's sake, but yeah, I don't know. Something about Crypt the Necro Dancer's structure just doesn't work for me. I can keep the beat, but I don't know. Everybody is talking about the game, so I might just cave in and buy it. Just to see if maybe it fixes the problems I had with Crypt the Necrodancer. Because I want it to. I really want to enjoy it. But in the meantime, I've got my good old trusty Rhythm Head. It's not roguelike? Well, that would be a huge fix. The original Crypt is a roguelike, and if Cadence of Hyrule is not, then I'm on board. Actually, you know what? They discussed it on Treehouse during E3. I remember now. They said that the overworld is not. It's randomly generated, but then it's consistent. It doesn't procedurally generate like Crypt does, unless you go into a dungeon. The dungeons are procedurally generated just like in Crypt, but those are much smaller portions of the game. Cadence of Hyrule, the overworld, once you get your random overworld, it's like that for the rest of the game. Plus, they also showed that you don't lose nearly as much when you die. Okay, so Love Rap. I used to struggle a lot with this one, but I've gotten better at it.
Into you. Into you.
Found that the trick is to watch the bouncing car.
Into you. 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 Into you.
Keep in mind that this game was made in Japan and they had to translate all of that to make it work rhythmically.
Crazy into you. 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 Crazy into you.
I think that one's on the offbeat.
Boat show. 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 Boat show.
That one, if you just hit it right after she finishes talking, it usually works.
All about you. 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 All about you.
Alright, that's all of the audio cues. Let's put them together. Time for the official music video. Or, I guess the song's called Into You.
Into you. Into you.
See that light rainfall?
Into you. Into you. Into you. Into you. Into you. Into you. Crazy into you. Crazy into you. Crazy into you. Crazy into you.
Who needs full
Crazy
sentences?
into you. Crazy into you. Crazy into you. Crazy into you. Into you. Into you. Boat show. Boat show. Crazy into you. Crazy into you. Into you. Into you. Boat show. Boat show. Crazy into you. Crazy into you. All about 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 you. Boat show. 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 All about you. All about you. Boat show. Boat show. Boat show. Boat show. Boat show. Boat show. Crazy into you. Crazy into you.
When it goes blue like that, it means I was slightly off.
Into you. into you. Into you.
If you've been keeping up with this series, you'll recognize those two were the Weasels from Double Date, which was one of the first minigames. And they were watching the music video, so it's a connected universe in here in Rhythm Heaven. She's proud of us. I've been validated by the woman that was rapping with us. Alright, and now, I think this is my least favorite remix. Is this the Carnival one? Because the Carnival one is my least favorite. Oh yeah, this is my least favorite remix in the game. Let's just get it over with. Carnival one.
Into you. Into you. Into you. Into you.
1, 2.
Into you.
Into you.
Folk show.
Folk show.
Crazy into you.
Crazy into
1,
you.
2. 3, go.
Into you.
Into you.
Into you.
Into you.
Folk show.
Folk show.
Into you.
Into you.
Folk show.
Folk show.
Folk show.
Folk show.
Into you.
Into you.
Into you.
Into you.
Folk show.
Folk show.
Into you.
Into you.
Folk show.
Folk show.
Crazy into you.
Crazy into you.
1, 2.
Okay, so like the song in the background is all over the place. It doesn't feel consistent at all. They try to meld together a bunch of rhythms that I don't feel really work together. I mean, it's doable, as I just showed. That something feels off. They try to work in the dunk 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 da da rhythm, as well as the bossa nova bum 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 bum, and then the whole love rap thing. Why is that at the forefront of a carnival song? Rapping with carnival music should not ever be a thing. One day it probably will, because the Old Town Road managed to get to the top of the charts at the time I'm recording this, and I mean, if that can do it, then I suppose a carnival rap song could eventually do the same thing for its mimetic quality, but my god, please don't let that happen. Alright, I'm gonna get through one more row before I call it a stream. So that's another 5 minigames here with Tap Fruit. We've seen a couple minigames in this stream that fall into the category of marching to the rhythm and pressing the button. This one also falls into that. Now this time you're a tap dancer.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Interesting note about this one is whenever you're slightly off or you miss a beat, your 3 cohorts will stare at you like you're the worst person in the world. It's kind of funny.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain.
Bum 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 tap tap tap.
So the whole game is switching between those 2 rhythms.
2, 1.
Like another kind of hard to explain one like that.
Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap.
Okay.
Ready and tap tap tap.
Okay.
Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap.
Okay.
Ready and tap tap tap.
Okay.
Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap. Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap. Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap. Ready and 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 tap tap ready and tap tap ready and bum 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 tap tap tap. Ready and tap tap tap. Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap. Ready and tap tap tap. Ready and bum 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 tap tap tap.
And then they zoom out to show you that they're just really tall people, and the reason you can only see their legs is because they're just that long. But they really like saying, okay, whenever you hit a series of notes. Well, not notes, beats. Oh god, this one. I had a hard time with this one. My first time through. It's an interesting rhythm, I guess. Let's see if I remember.
Together, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Together,
1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1.
Together.
Together, 1, 2, 3,
Ah,
3, 2, 1. Together, 1.
I did not struggle on this part, but
Together, 1, 2,
the later
3,
parts.
3, 2, 1. Together.
Okay, so that part is easy. It's pretty simple to do. Bum, 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 and bum, bum, bum. But then they switch it up.
Together, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Together, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Together, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Together, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Together, 1,
That's not hard either if you ask me.
together, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Together, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Together, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Together.
Okay, so now they introduce the part that makes this tough. They introduce pauses.
Together, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Oh, what? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Together, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Oh, what? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Together, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Oh, what? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Together, 1, 2, 3, 3,
So that very slightly shifts the rhythm in a very different direction, and it is hard to get used to that, let me tell you. At least for me it was.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
A what?
1, 2, 3, 3, 2.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C.
Together.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C.
Together.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C.
A what?
1, 2, 3, 3, 2.
Together.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Together.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C.
All
I'm
done.
done. So I've gotten used to that over time, but that is incredibly hard to adjust to those pauses your first time through. Did they just call themselves a cocktail? That's a pretty morbid thought for shrimp. Oh, we have a chance for a perfect on Double Date. Doop, 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 doop. I'll be singing that in my sleep together. Yeah, you and me, hamster. We can sing it together. I'm gonna take a very short run to the bathroom. BRB. Ow. Okay, now to have the perfect date. We have to hit all the balls to get through our oh god, not another euphemism. Well, that's not a perfect run. I get 2 more tries. Yeah, it would make a good fit for Animal Crossing. Did he do it? Is it done? Okay, we're done. We got the perfect. I know I've mentioned this before. Is it me or does that guy's leg go really far back? Seems like he has the flexibility of a ballerina. Be able to kick the balls the way he does. Alright, so now we're gonna play the role of a library cheer squad. That's right, you want to get your studies done? Well, we're gonna cheer you on with our books. And we're the bottom left lady, bottom right lady. And we just press the button to flip our book over at the right time. There's various cues, you'll see them as we go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's up to you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ready to read the books? Yay! 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, it's on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up to you. 1, 2, 3. Ready to read the books? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up to you. Ready to read the books? Yay! 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up to you. Rock this boom boom boom. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Up to you. Up to you. 1, 2, 3. Ready to read the books? It's up to you. Up to you. Okay, it's on. It's up to you. Up to you. Okay, it's on. It's up to you. Ready to read the books? Yay! Rock this boom ba boom. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Up to you. 1, 2, 3. Up to you. 1, 2, 3. Up to you. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, it's on.
So, yep, whenever the thing reached the bottom right corner, you had to be ready to press the A button, or for OK, it's on, you had to hold and release A and B. OK, it's on. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, my fingers there. I like that one. It's cute. I played it a lot in college, and my college roommate would always give me weird looks whenever I played that one. He just didn't understand, man. Alright. Karate Man is one that recurs in the Rhythm Heaven series. Also worth mentioning, the images that appear when you do OK It's On in the previous minigame, those are all references to previous Rhythm Heaven games. Mostly the DS one. But Karate Man has been in every single Rhythm Heaven and isn't going anywhere. So, in this one, you punch stuff. That's about it. It's also got lyrics.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hey, 3.
Baby, I'm a broken man. I'm just a shattering storm.
Hey, 3.
Baby, try to find my way as the lonely shadows swarm. Whoa, 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 I'm just a man missing you. Please understand, without you, I'm dying.
Let's go pow.
No one will know how I bear my pain alone. In the end, I choose my solitude.
Let's go pow.
No, I can go back to my days of innocence.
Let's go pow.
There is no return.
Let's go pow.
Under the cycle of seasons is passing by yet again. I wonder just where you are now. I can remember when that you are different and that you are yet more beautiful than before. Whoa, if you say that you are happier now and it's just the way you feel about everything now.
Let's go
I
pow.
did that too early.
Guess it's just the way that
Hey,
it is.
3. Hey, 3.
And that's Karate Man, or this game's version of it. So I think we'll wrap up here with Remix 7. This one takes you to outer space. Oh. I messed that up. That one's a little tricky. Yeah, just a little. That's so tricky that I can't get a middle, fools. Congratulations on clearing Remix 7! Not everybody gets this score. There are still a lot more games you can play. But why not take a break? Bask in the glow of your achievement. Maybe you'd like to us to introduce the folks who made the game. Just imagine each of them giving you a high five. We'll also introduce characters from the different games. You can reminisce about the good times you had with them. I don't think that's how the little white guy named Marshall would actually sound, but it sounds more triumphant this way. Also, the credits are a game in and of themselves, so here we go. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, go.
You and I've been through a lot together.
Yes,
That's just the way the story goes.
that's right.
Even though your heart breaks and you're down on your knees, anyway you'll laugh again someday.
Let's go.
And if you're down, you'll get up again. Just stop a bit, go.
Just so you know, this is not the end, like they said. There are more mini games we can play, but for now we are getting the credits.
Let's spread our wings now. Do anything now.
Don't think this is the end. We are and not stopping until we reach 100%.
Let's spread our wings now into the sky now. Let's reach up to the sun. Soon we will see we're living the dreams of our generation.
That's right.
And the cast of characters includes Monkey Golfer and Mandrill, the robots, Bee and Saw, a boy is crushing a weasel couple, Fork, you can't fall, monkeys, assistant and the executives. If you miss a beat during that credits minigame, small monkeys. There were little hearts that popped up when you hit the beat, dough dudes. So if you missed one, you just wouldn't get the heart. Widget. Baxter and Forthington, some of my favorites. Muscle Doll. A reporter and a wrestler. Those guys made it into Smash's Spirits, by the way. Employee number whatever. A microbe. The Wandering Samurai. Angler, haha, pun, haha. Captain Took and the Flippers. Pitcher Monkey and Slugger. The Hubers of Happiness, some of my favorite characters ever. The Rhythm Rockets. These guys. I love how they don't have names. Yep, I was right. Male Guide Bossa, she's Nova. Love Posse featuring MC Adore. The Tall Tappers. The Shrimp Scampers. The School Library Pet Squad. Karate Joe. Also a spirit in Smash. The Barista, who is a recurring character in the games and yet is not a spirit in Smash to my knowledge. Pam Marshall and Miss Ribbon. Yep, that's our cast of characters. Yes, I already mentioned the game doesn't end here. Credits are not always the final mark of the game. And lots of extra games for die-hard fans. And the credits game. Now notice the menu theme has changed since we reached the credits. It's actually the credits song, but instrumental remix. And the reason they gave us the credits after Remix 7 is because from here on out, the remaining minigames are all sequels. Basically harder versions of the minigames we've already played. So Samurai Slice is the first one that's recurring. We played Samurai Slice 1 some time ago. Now Samurai Slice 2 has made itself available, and there's a bunch. There is another 3 rows of minigames. So we'll be seeing 12 sequels and 3 all-new remixes in some future streams. Plus, I still need to go for perfect on everything because that's just the kind of Rhythm Heaven player I am. Got some of the perfect medals, but not all of them. But to close, I will talk to the barista, which I haven't done enough. Heard you got a perfect on Double Date. That's great. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Keep it up. Also, this is where the listen to music and read something are actually the rewards you get for getting the perfect medals. So when it said you got this thing for doing perfect, you come here to either read the thing or listen to music. I'll be showing those towards the end of the series. So that's gonna be it for this morning. Thanks Hamster for stopping by, and thanks Nuke and Celia for stopping by very briefly earlier during the failed portion of the stream. I tried to do Twitch things, and it didn't work. The game kind of broke on me, so I just went back to this. I think this was a better call anyway. So yeah. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you for another one in the future. Probably, I hope. Stick around. Okay, bye. I know how to end stream.